Hey guys, Brie Marie D, Boston Banner bound, and unfortunately, this is the last installment of this season. No music today, not a lot of notes. I completed my mission, and the Celtics did not, unfortunately. I cried, and I cried because when I see people that I genuinely support and care about be upset because they lost something that meant a lot to them, it's hard to not react or have like an emotional response to their pain and suffering. Even if I don't know them, I just feel like I sympathize and empathize with people that are going through something that is emotional. I didn't mean to cry on here. This is stupid and annoying to be like this worked up about a sport or a game, but I'm a very competitive person and passionate person, and they were just two away. I was told I was told not to do a video tonight. It was definitely wise advice, but I'm not going to be around to do a video until like Sunday night, which would have been game 7. So I figured I would just all right, I need to suck it up. I figured I would just be genuine and just have the raw emotions of what I saw. And I just wanted to have the raw emotions and the feedback from what I saw. And honestly, just first of all, say thank you to everyone who's been supportive, who helped me on this journey, who wanted to see me through to this journey, who supported me on this journey. This is very obviously important to me. I love this team, and sports are really important to people, and it's an escape for other people, and whatever. I'm just gonna go over the game, the few notes that I took. I feel like I'm like going through the levels of grief, so I feel like I'm gonna be angry when I'm reading some of these things. I feel like I'm gonna be accepting, disappointed, sad, all these things. So let's just get down to it. Game 6 of the NBA Finals, the Celtics started off hot, 14-2 run, trying to set that tone and start hot. And then the wheels fell off. Warriors take the lead and end the quarter up 5, 27-22. Second quarter was another collapse. The Warriors went on a 20-0 run. They pushed the lead to 10. Then I don't even know, I think they got up to 20 something at this point, end the quarter with ended the half up 15, 54-39. Celtics had 12 turnovers at this point. They were 3 from 14 from the 3-point line. Warriors were 10 for 23 from the 3, and the Warriors had 8 turnovers. So I guess the differential in turnovers wasn't terrible, but Celtics couldn't buy a bucket, and the Warriors just couldn't stop making shots. Third quarter, Celtics were trying to make a comeback, but the Warriors couldn't miss, got the lead up to 22. Horford hit 3 threes in a row, really just putting a last-ditch effort to try and make a comeback in this game. Cut it down to 9. Warriors, I said this out loud, I said if they just get it down to 10, it'll still be a game. Just get it down to 10. One missed free throw from Jaylen Brown. Could have cut it to 9, but Warriors ended the third quarter with the lead 76-66. Fourth quarter, they got the lead down to 8 at one point. But Warriors just wanted to be there more, wanted to win this more. It was written all over their faces, like I said before. Celtics just didn't act like they wanted to be there, didn't look like they wanted to be there, looked afraid, looked scared, didn't want to shoot the ball. Couldn't buy a bucket. There were a ton of shots that literally were halfway down and came back up. There was no luck for the Celtics. 22 turnovers, 11 for 28 from the three-point line. Warriors were 19 of 46, so they took a lot more threes than the Celtics. Warriors are now the NBA champions. This is the 4th time in 8 years. They deserved it, honestly. I could say Celtics beat themselves, and for part of that, they did. 22 turnovers. Warriors had the number 2 defense in the league, so I'm not going to hold them on that. I know that they played really good defense, but a lot of the mistakes you saw was just immaturity. Careless handling of the ball, careless turnovers, terrible shot selection, no offensive boards, no defensive boards, letting them get second chance points, very lazy to the ball, sloppy. Celtics just played really bad. And again on their home court and embarrassed themselves on their home court. And then the Warriors celebrated on our home court, and I will never get that image out of my head. So Draymond Green, 12, 8, and 12. Otto Porter Jr., 6. Wiggins, 18. Curry, who is the finals MVP for the 3rd time in a row, ended the night with 34, 7, and 7. I think he was averaging 35 in the finals, just playing amazing, and he deserves it. He deserves the credit. He deserves the MVP. He wanted it more, and he proved it, and that's what experience and class and poise looks like. Klay Thompson with 12, Jordan Poole with 15. For the Celtics, Tatum had 13, 7, and 3, and 5 turnovers. Brown had 34, 3, and 7 with 5 turnovers. So you can't have your duo, your 2 best players, combine 10 turnovers. Just disgusting. Al Horford really tried hard. I really feel bad for Al Horford. 19, 14, but he also had 3 turnovers. Rob, I feel terrible for Rob because you could tell he was crying and he played through the pain. He came back after surgery, not even 2 months, and he gave it his all. He was limping around. He was hurt. Just really sucks that that's how it ended. And he was putting himself through more pain just to try and win for his team. So it just really sucks. I don't want prolonging injuries for my players, and I really hope that this didn't cause more damage. He had 10, 7 rebounds and 2 turnovers. Marcus Smart, 9, 9, and 6 with 3 turnovers. Largest lead for the Celtics was 12 in that first quarter. Warriors' largest lead was 22. They lost this game 103-90. They lost by 13 points. So yeah, sorry, I'm a baby in this video. I just didn't want to do it 3 days later. I just wanted to get this over with. I went to every playoff game. It was the most amazing experience. I won't forget it. I guess if we want to... I'm really fucking sorry. I don't mean to be crying. It's really annoying. It's been a long day. Oh, boy. Okay. If we want to look at the positives, right? Brad, excellent basketball IQ, made for the front office. That was a great promotion that he gave himself, basically. Ime exceeded expectations after the whirlwind of a first half to where they ended up. If we're going to look at it positively, we didn't expect them to even be there. We didn't expect this team to make it to the NBA Finals if we were looking at them in December and January. As much as I love this team and I supported them back then, I'll support them now. I support them forever. I support them when they're bad. I support them when they're good. I support them when they're indifferent. But if you were to honestly ask somebody back in December if they were to make it to the NBA Finals and they were 2 wins away from winning the whole thing, I would have said you're crazy and that you were lying. So that is the upside and the positive spin that we can take on this. Jalen and Jason are 25 and 24. They have a lot more to grow and to prove, and I hope that this hurts. I hope that this will heal, and I hope that this is motivation to be back here doing the same thing next year, but winning the whole thing. Very bold. First of all, I don't approve of this shirt. I just wore this because this is a very bold shirt to make. We are still on the search for banner 18. I don't like this shirt, but I put this shirt on because this is still missing. We're still missing this. We didn't achieve the goal. We were 2 wins away. It's a combination of immaturity, lack of experience, unable to capitalize and close games, ran out of gas, injuries, 2 grueling game 7s. It's the roller coaster that is the Boston Celtics, and I will ride with them until I die. End of story. Just sucks that these are not tears of joy. That would have been a fun video. I really wanted to go on a duck boat. But you know what? I'm going to really try and stay positive because no one expected them to get as far as they did, and I'm really impressed. I just feel for them, and I'm really sad for them. But they did not look like they wanted to be here. This last finals run, I don't know what happened after game 1. After game 1, I don't know what happened because they did not look like a team that was ready. Plain and simple. Game 1, game 3, they showed fight. And I think that it's just lack of experience and lack of leadership from the standpoint of a teammate. There's no real veteranness or leadership in that locker room. I feel awful. I feel like the starting 5 played every single minute of every single game, and their bodies just were getting beat up. I'm really not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to justify or make logic to what I saw, because it can't be that they didn't want to be there. It can't be that they didn't want it. It just, the Warriors wanted it more. Just really hurt to see all of that happen on my home court. I feel really stupid for crying throughout this whole video. I'm sure, you know, YouTube fans, Twitter fans of opposing teams are not going to be so nice about it or forgiving about it, but it's all right. Hats off to the Warriors. They deserved it. Hats off to Steph. He's an amazing player, and he deserved it. This whole video thing that I do is a Celtics fan page. So obviously I'm going to have my team's back and speak on what I think they need to improve on and what they're doing wrong or what they're doing right. It's not a, let me talk about the opposing team and how great they are and what they did, and that's why. So I try not to be biased. It's funny, a Warriors fan was sitting in front of me at the game today, and he turned around and he said, completely unprovoked, he turned around, he went like this to me, and he said, no matter what the outcome of this is, I respect everything that you're saying and yelling at these guys right now. Everything you're saying is correct, and I really respect your passion and your commitment. And I said to him, thank you for being a respectful Warriors fan. I also agree. I respect the outcome of this game. Both teams are really, I said, Warriors are really good. Your team is really good. I wish that the Celtics were playing as good as they could. And we left it at that. They won the chip on the Celtics floor. And we fist bumped and went our separate ways with mutual respect. I think anyone with eyes can see that I'm a very passionate and fair person when I am giving critiques. I think a lot of people were upset that I kept saying the Celtics were beating themselves and not giving more credit to the Warriors. Obviously, the Warriors are a great team, 4 championships in 8 years. But if you really looked at that game, all of them, if you looked at all 6 games, if you look at all the stats, if you look at all whatever, if you want to be statistical about it, it's pretty even for the most part. And in some cases, like I said, Celtics were getting more foul calls, and Celtics had every opportunity handed to them. They just didn't know what to do with it. And that will come with experience and age and practice. Once this team gets a full year without any sort of disruptions, injuries, COVID, this, that, the other thing, once they have a full year, start to finish, under their belt, working together, being cohesive, running plays, they will be unstoppable. They will be champions. They were 2 wins away from being champions. Warriors, the West Coast is always a tougher division. West Coast teams are just a little different, a little tougher, different mindset. East Coast need to step up, need to step their game up. I won't ever forget this year. Like I said, I was told not to come on here and do a video, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't. I feel like a little bitch for crying as much as I did. I feel like I'm going through the 5 stages of grief, and now I'm just at sadness, and I will eventually accept it, but it's really fresh because it just happened, like 2 hours ago? And I wanted to just be true to you guys because, like I said, I'm going to the Cape tomorrow to work, and I won't be back home until Sunday night, and it didn't seem right to wait 3 days to make a video. So it's been an honor. It's been so fun recording these videos, the highs, the lows, the singing videos, the sad wanting to jump off the Tobin Bridge videos. It's the name of the game. It's the roller coaster of this sport and being a fan and following a team through the good and the bad. So again, I appreciate all the support. It was honestly so humbling and so overwhelming. The amount of people that say you're the biggest fan I know, and I know you from Twitter or Instagram or whatever, YouTube, means a lot. And I'm just glad that I built this community because now you're stuck with me. Ride or die, you found me. I'm not going anywhere. Celtics aren't going anywhere. We'll be back in this position next year. Mark it on the calendars. I won't be going to every single home game. I'll tell you that. But I will go to as many as I can. This was a crazy experience. To say I went to every single playoff home game, I coordinated 3 different jobs. Everything worked in my favor to be at every single one. Even buying a last-minute ticket by myself for almost $1,000 just to get in for game 4. Just madness. I'm a true fanatic, I won't lie. Yeah. So this hurts. It's going to hurt for a while. I hope that the Celtics make the adjustments that they need to make. Literally spend half your summer shooting free throws, your ball handles. If you want to try and shoot threes and perfect it as good as the Warriors do, feel free. You saw enough of it in 6 games and how automatic they are. We used to have a guy like that. Would love to have someone like that on our team again. We just need someone that we can rely on and count on. And maybe that's not Jason Tatum right now. I hope it will be one day. I hope Tatum and Brown can keep growing and be that dynamic duo that's consistent. They're a really great team, and they're really good. And just to square up with them and try and almost win, it was, something to never forget. So I'm never good at saying goodbye. So I'll just say, see you later. This is obviously the last episode for this season. We're on to baseball. Let's go Red Sox. Celtics, you will do this again. I promise you. This was such a hard-fought battle this whole season. So I'm really proud of you. I'm sorry I cried. This is really embarrassing, but it is what it is. I'm true to what I believe in. And I'll miss them. It sucks that the season is over. I don't know what I'm going to do. But baseball, I'm sure, will keep me busy. My jobs will keep me busy. And I will see you for preseason basketball for sure. All right. Love you all. C Squad. C's family for life. This has been Brie Marie D. Being a baby. Boston Banner Bound. Till October, guys. I'll see you then.